All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday, the 21st day of March, 2013. Results of the live trading room, we were plus, let me start off with the negative. We were minus 8 ticks on the euro, we were plus 21 ticks on natural gas, and plus 19 ticks on soybeans. We took a total of 6 trades today. To get our 2 points, it took us 70 minutes, because we had to make up for that first loss of minus 8 ticks. It took us 70 minutes, we had $110 a contract, and it took us 5 trades to get to that 2 point mark today. So we ended the day plus. Well, let me bring up the spreadsheet, and we can all take a look at it. Plus $347.50 a contract on 6 trades so far. For the month, we are at plus $4,202.50 and 114 trades. Okay, 114 trades. It has taken us 44 trades in total to get to our 2 point mark every day this month so far. It's taken us 44 trades to get there. If you just took the 2 points, we are plus $1,960 on just taking the 2 points. If you figure in an $8 commission, we are plus $3,290.50. On the month so far. That's the month of March. I think today is the 15th trading day in the month of March. Okay, those are the results. All right. Let's see trades today. We started off. Let me start off with the euro. Okay, because that was where we started off with our trading. Our very first euro trade was right here. It was a losing trade. We shorted on the down close below the trend line right here. Okay, we had drawn this trend line in, and it was right after the open here, right after the open. We had a down close below this trend line. It was also down below the dynamic support. We shorted right there, and we waited and waited and waited, and it came up here. It hit the BBC. It stopped us out, and then we shorted again. We said we were going to short again. It looked like it was setting up another shorting opportunity. And we shorted it. We shorted it again over here, and we took a break even on that. After we closed down below the MA1, we moved our stop to break even, and it came back, took us out at break even, pulled back a little bit, and then eventually it ran down. Now I'm going to finish this one, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about how to get into CFRN and all that stuff. Okay. We had a bullish cross right here. After the bullish cross, we had an opportunity to get long in here. This was toward the end of the morning session, and I did not take this trade, and there was another one right here at the end of the morning session that ran up pretty well. I pointed this trade out. I told everybody where it was going to happen. I didn't take it myself. I know some of the guys in the live trading room took that trade. I did not. I didn't take this one either. Okay, we were minus 8 ticks on 2 trades in the euro today. That's how our day started out. Now, before I go any further, if you've not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply, sign up for the free trial. In the free trial, you get 5 business days in our live trading room, and you get to download the charting platform and use our indicators for 5 full days. Okay? If you have not taken it, then, well, what's stopping you? We show everybody all the trades that we take. We tell everybody all the trades that are setting up as much as possible. We do it before the trades are happening, as often as possible. We tell you before the trades are happening. Like right now, for instance, on the NQ, that down close right there at 27.76 even is a short. Okay, sorry, I just saw it happen, and so I tell you, right there, 27.76, and it just gave 1 point, 27.75. You see that drop? That's what we do in the live trading room, and if you haven't taken a free trial with us, well, just go to cfrn.net/apply, sign up for the free trial. To everyone who is on the free trial, if you want to be in the drawing for the iPad mini, you need to become a partner within the next hour and a half or so. All right, because we have to do that drawing and do a recording of the drawing and all that sort of stuff. Otherwise, wait till 4 o'clock if you want. The discount's still good till 4 o'clock. If you are not on the free trial and you've taken the free trial in the past and you still want to become a partner, send us a quick email at cfrn.net, support@cfrn.net, and you will be able to get the information to become a partner. All right, I'll send it right off to you. You can see right here that that down close on the NQ is now gone 2 points. And that's it. Let me get back into the trades that we took today. Okay. So that was our very first trade this morning. Actually, our first two trades were on the euro, and there was a break even and a loss. Okay. This trade right over here that I just told you about when it happened at 27.76 is now all the way down here at 27.73.5 for a 2.5 point gain on the NQ. Soybeans. Did soybeans just move again, Kyle? No, they didn't move again. Okay, the beans are kind of stuck right now. Okay, I'll go over the bean trade that we took today. All right. On the soybeans today, we made 19 ticks on a trade right here. Actually, two trades. Our first trade on the soybeans was over here. It was a short trade. We ended up taking a break even on the trade. And then once the market opened up, I had drawn in these trend lines, and I was saying that once we get outside those trend lines, that's likely the direction we're going to go in. And we broke up above this trend line, and it gave us a long opportunity in here. Now, this one bar right here was a long time building, and what I had done this morning is the same thing that I did yesterday with the soybeans, and I do this with the soybeans only. I had put a buy stop in one tick above where I knew this bar was going to end. How did I know where the bar was going to end? Well, because it already had the full 4-tick range in it. Every bar is the same height. Every bar in every chart that you're going to see here is the same height. They're all 4 ticks high. I use a 4-tick range on every single market that I trade. I use the same indicator set. I use the same setup. What I had done, because I usually put the soybean market behind other charts, so I just put a buy stop on right there, one tick above where I knew that bar was going to end. And I went on trading other things, and I think we were trading natural gas, and this was behind here, and I had the order on, and I knew if it got executed, I knew it had an up close, and it was doing what it was doing the setup that we use all the time. If it didn't execute, I could see the DOM over here on my other monitor, and if it didn't execute and it moved down below the bottom of the bar, I was just going to go back and take the order off. Okay. It did fill. It jumped up, and it made this run up right here in about 5 seconds, it seemed like. It ran all the way up here, and I took 19 ticks profit on the trade. I know we had other people that took more profit. They put the same order on that I did because I told everyone when I was doing it, where I was doing it ahead of time. They took the same order that I did, and I know a bunch of people did as well as, if not better than I did. And that's great. I love to see that. I love to see that happen. That was our soybean trade. Okay, that's all we did on soybeans today. So we're plus 19 ticks on soybeans. I'm going to jump over here to crude. We didn't make any profit on crude today. We did take a trade over there. 2 trades over there. Hey, I might have 7 trades today. Right, soybeans had 2. The euro had 2. Crude had 2, and I think gold had 1. So I might have 7 trades. I got to go fix my spreadsheet. Hold on. Did we take a trade on gold? No, we didn't. Okay. Never mind. I was right. 6 trades. On the crude oil, we had a bullish cross right here, a test to the BBC with an up close. We got long right in there, and when we had an up close above the MA1 right here, we moved our stop to break even. Price came back down below the MA1, stopped us out at break even. Now, for those of you guys who are partners, we didn't put in a higher swing, and we did hit the green line did move up and hit the cycle. What does that tell you? You know what it says. Topping action. Then over here, price came down over here, and we again had bottoming action over here. Okay, price came down here, and there was an opportunity to short right here. After we had the bearish cross, pull back up, it did not pull back and hit the BBC. So I drew the trend line in. We took the down close below the trend line. We got short. I mean, we didn't get short. That was the spot to get short. I missed the trade. I did take the next one over here, and I got short on that. And once it closed down below the MA1 over here, I moved my stop to break even, and it ended up taking me out at break even over here. Okay, so I was out of the crude trade. Both crude trades today I took break evens on. One thing worth noting: both crude trades had at least 4 ticks profit in them, and I know some some of the folks in the live trading room took those 4 ticks profit. I know that Heidi took 4 ticks profit on a couple of trades today. I know she was taking off the little ones like that, and that's fine. It turns out to be a profit. There were a bunch more opportunities here on crude oil. You can see right there was a long trade. Right in here was a long trade. There was a long trade. This was a short trade that would have stopped you out had you taken it. A long trade here and a long trade here all would have been working out. Okay. Then we got into the break, and during the break I drew in these. When I showed the divergence, right as I left the room in the morning, I showed the divergence and all these setups that actually happened in here. Right in here, right there would have been the purchase. Right over here would have been the spot to buy. Then it changed directions, and you would have been looking at, let's see, over here, way over here. You would have missed this whole down move. But that was crude oil, okay? Those are the trades I took on crude. We ended break even on crude. Let's get over here to the Russell, okay? Let's see. Here we go. The Russell got pretty choppy in here. There were a couple of opportunities. One was right here. If you would have taken that, you would have stopped out. If you'd have taken this one, I pointed this one out. I didn't put a mark on it because the green line was so close to the cycle at the time that I didn't want to take that trade. Okay, it didn't have any room to run. Although it did work out pretty well, it really didn't have any room to run. There was an opportunity over here that I missed. I didn't draw anything on. Right in here. An opportunity on the short side right there. Another one right here is it was approaching this level. Now, when we were up here and it was moving down, I was saying it's going to get down here to 940.9. It got down there to the tick right there, 940.9. We didn't place any of these trades on the Russell. It got very choppy in here. We stopped looking at it. What's that, Dwayne?
Check your chat. When you get a chance, just check your chat box, okay?
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, got it. Okay, I got it. I'll slow down. All right. All right, so we got a pullback up here right now that's happening on the Russell. We don't have any divergence right now, but if we get an up close on this bar, there'll be some bearish divergence over here. So you would look for the test of the BBC with a down close. When you're looking at these things in the live trading room, I would draw a trend line like that and say when this bar closes, if it closes up, that's going to be our trend line. We'll see how it goes, though. All right, I'm going to slide the Russell off, and we'll jump over here into gold. I had a couple of trades in gold today, and I didn't make any money in gold. Today was one of those odd days where I didn't make any money in gold or in crude, and those are normally the places where I make the most. The last 2 days, those soybeans have been awesome. So, all right, let's look here. Now, when the market opened up here with gold, it opened up and it was really coiling. It was stuck on this box that I had drawn in here. And we're waiting for an opportunity to trade it. It had one opportunity within the box right here. But I didn't want to take it because I wanted to really see it get out of there first. I know we had one partner who didn't follow his plan and went short. And he ended up taking 2 ticks profit on the short and getting out of the trade because he wasn't following his plan, and that made his nerves start to go nuts. When you have a plan and you're confident in your plan and you can trust your plan, then putting the trade on is easy. It's just easy. Every day when I come in and sit down at my desk, I know I've said this before, but every day when I come in and sit down at my desk, I know exactly what I'm going to do. There's no question in my mind. I know what I'm going to do. I don't sit down and say, oh, no, I wonder what the market's going to give me today. I wonder how I'm going to trade today. I never have that question. I know exactly what I'm going to do every single day. So today was no different. We came in, we put some nice trades on. I didn't take this one. I did take one over here on the up close above this trend line. There was this spot right here. Okay, I took the up close above the trend line. It moved up, closed above the MA1. Once it closed above the MA1, I moved my stop to break even. It came back down and got me out of break even. Now, right in here, we had hit, by the time this came in over here, the green line had hit the cycle. and we didn't put in a higher swing. What kind of action is that, guys? You know. And and it was topping. It was topping action. All right. That was the high of the day right there on gold. And from there it sold off. Okay. These other little boxes up here and down here is something I may talk about in the partners meeting tonight. May or may not. I'm not sure. There was more opportunity in here on the gold, but I did not take it. Okay. I guess I only took one trade in gold today, so maybe I only had 5 trades. Anyway, let's get back over here. Okay. Slide that over, and on the NQ, there were a bunch of opportunities on the NQ today, but the ES was in and out of the weekly trading zone, so I wasn't trading any indexes. You can see early on here, I had pointed out a few trades here on the upside when the ES looked like it was going to bounce up out of the weekly trading zone. But, excuse me, but I just didn't take any trades on the NQ. I don't even have an NQ DOM open right now, so I couldn't take any trades on the NQ. Over here, it looked like there were opportunities to short, and there were valid opportunities to short right in here. There was no trade in here anywhere in all this stuff. There was no trading. Right over here, we had a bearish cross, a pull away from the BBC, a pull back and test to the BBC with a down close. And you had bearish divergence, so there was an opportunity to short right there. That would have been, I believe at the time, it was going into the weekly trading zone for the ES, so I didn't even look at it. I didn't highlight it. I didn't do anything to it. There were more opportunities. Once we got down below the weekly trading zone in the ES, there were more opportunities in here where you could have actually traded right there for the short, right there for the long, right here for a short, and at the end of the morning session over here for a long trade. Okay, right in here for a long trade. Right in here recently. At the start of my recap, I had pointed this one out for the short. That went right down to the right down to the dynamic support right there. Okay. It's since turned around, and we don't have a long trade set up yet. Okay, on the NQ. I already went over the soybeans. The ES, as I said, was pretty choppy all morning. Once we opened up here at 9:30, it was in and out of the weekly trading zone. So we weren't doing anything with the ES this morning. Okay. And let's see. I went over the 6E. Let's look at the natural gas. Okay, natural gas is a spot where we made some decent money this morning. Right here, we took one trade on natural gas. I thought we took 2, but I guess we just took 1. The natural gas inventories came out here at 10:30. So you can see right here between 10:30 and 10:31, there are all these bars. And we let it go for a few minutes, the natural gas. There were a couple of trade setups in there that we could have taken advantage of if we'd been super fast. But right in here was the opportunity that we did take. We tested the BBC, and we had an up close. Yeah, we had, well, let's bring up the picture. Okay, I don't think I brought up the picture yet. It's this one right here. Okay. Step 1 is the bullish cross. That's the MA1 over the BBC, which is right there. Step 2 is the space in between. That means the price pulls away from the BBC. Step 3 is price pulls back down, tests the BBC. That means touches it, and closes in the direction of the cross. That's an up close, or Dragonfly Doji would work also. And step 4, you look down here to see if you have divergence and a blue cycle to go long. That was all the steps right there. It all happened. We jumped into the trade, and it was really quick. What did we take on that? 21 ticks profit. And there were other people in the live trading room, other partners in the live trading room that took more than 21 ticks. I know that. Okay. There was a follow-up trade right here that I didn't take, where you could have gotten long right there, taken some more. There was a follow-up trade beyond that right there. If you would have taken that one, you would have lost 8 ticks on that. One over here for the short side that worked out well. One over here for the short side that didn't work out well. And then a few more as the morning went on. I had stopped trading it after I got my 21 ticks over here. We looked at it for this one right here, but I didn't take that trade. I know there were some guys in the live trading room that just kept watching it because it was really volatile after the inventories came out. And I mean, look at it; it still is. It's given trade after trade after trade right in here. You know, you could have shorted it. You could have shorted it in here. You could have shorted it again right in there. You could have shorted it again right there. And then on the way up, it was right here, here, and in here the divergence was on the wrong side. There was one last opportunity right there on the upside. You know, when the natural gas inventories come out, usually there's pretty good movement. If it misses, there's usually pretty good movement. Okay, so it just provides opportunity for you guys to, for all of us, not just you guys, but for all of us, to jump in the market and make some money. So here's where we are on the month. Let's see. On the month, we are plus $4,202.50. I think the most we've ever made in the live trading room per contract, since we've been keeping track. Since we've been keeping all the details of the trades and all that, was $4,233.50. We did that in December. So I have a week left to make $30 per contract in the live trading room to tie that, or or make more than that. So I think this is going to be a banner month. For everyone who has taken the free trial, again, to become a partner, you just need to go into your inbox and look for the information from us. There's an offer in there from us for you to become a partner. All the information is in it. Just take care of it, and you'll be in the partners meeting tonight. Okay, you cannot get into the partners meeting tonight without being a partner. And the drawing will be this afternoon, Dieter. It'll be this afternoon. It's not going to be during this session. It'll be after this session. And the could you guys just hear my wife sneeze? The drawing will be this afternoon. There's another trade on the NQ right there. That up close right there at 27.80 even. The drawing will be this afternoon, and you have to be a partner, an active partner, to be in the drawing. Okay. And with that, I think I am gonna wrap up my recording here, my recap of the morning session, and pass it back over to Dwayne. All right. CFRN.net/apply. If you have any questions and you're in the free trial, you have my phone number. You can just give me a call, or you can just email us at support@cfrn.net.